Do you want to be a winner or a loser? Because whether we like it or not, winning is not for everyone. Now, I know that statement is going to put some people off, but if you know me, I'm a straight talker and I like to tell you as it is because I want you to be confident and to achieve success in your business. Hey there! I'm Maida Leon and my mission is to help creatives like you translate what you love to do into a highly profitable income. I'm a mom of 3 who began as a lettering artist and grew it into a 6-figure business. If I made it possible, so can you. Every week, we'll dive deep into topics like building your confidence, getting comfortable talking about money, and nurturing your passion while juggling life and family. So if you're an ambitious creative who wants to craft the life you love, get cozy, feel at home, and listen to the Confident Creator Show. Hey creators, you're listening to episode number 11 and today we're going to find out why success is not for everyone. And most importantly, what makes one a winner. But before we get to the meat of this episode, let me ask you a question. What is the first thought that pops into your head when you see or come across a success story online? Let's say you open Facebook and you see this headline. Mother of 3 builds a 5-figure creative handmade card business. Or, self-taught painter commissioned to paint portraits of famous people. Did you immediately dismiss these people and think, oh, she probably has a rich husband to fund her business, or that painter was probably well connected in the first place? Maybe you thought of this instead. Oh wow, if she can do that, I can do it too. Or, I'm self-taught. I definitely can get to that level. If you were in the latter camp, congratulations, you have a winner's mindset. Don't lose that optimism because that's what's going to help you pull through the toughest of times. And believe me, you will face a lot of it. It's almost a rite of passage for everyone. But if your thinking was more dismissive and negative, unfortunately, that mindset is going to hinder you and stop you from moving forward. Maybe it's time for you to work on changing that attitude and thinking because you want to win, right? And for you to do that, we're going to look at the things winners do and think, and I hope that it inspires you to get into a winner's mindset. So, I've been in the online business world since 2009. That's over 10 years of running, developing, and evolving my business. That journey wasn't a smooth one, and it took a lot of investment in myself. And I'm talking about tens of thousands of dollars of online courses, masterminds, and coaching programs. And in those programs and courses, I've met a lot of people, and over the years, I took note of the people who were winning and what they were doing to help them achieve their continued success. And I see these too in my Mastering Hand Lettering students and the Elite Creators Inner Circle. I have students who go through the course and have launched successful businesses because they exhibited these attitudes and mindset. So let's go through this. There are 4 common habits and we'll break down each one and discover how you can be a winner and find success. Number 1, winning is for those who commit to doing the work no matter how difficult it may seem. Is your business a side hustle at the moment? What happens when an emergency at work coincides with the deadline of a commission piece you're working, and it's a time-sensitive project where you can't ask your client for more time? What do? Unfortunately, as much as I advocate for a work-life balance and be able to do work on your own terms, there will also be times where a lot of things will be out of your control. That work emergency, it could be very well a family emergency or what we're going through right now as of this recording, the COVID-19 worldwide pandemic. It doesn't even have to be someone who owns a side hustle. People who own businesses full-time go through this too. When you face these stress points in your business and life, the only thing you gotta do is roll up your sleeves and dig in and sacrifice other things in your life like sleep, break times, night out with friends in order to deliver what you promised. And a winner always keeps their promise. But here's a huge caveat. You only do this if you really have no choice. I still want you to live a healthy work-life balance because after all, that's one of the reasons why we want to run our own business. However, if you find yourself doing this all the time, you need to reevaluate and find out what you're doing wrong because that is a sign that you're not doing things right. Maybe you're not dedicating enough time to focus on your work. That's why you're always cramming. Or perhaps you're procrastinating because you think you have a lot of time. You own your business, remember? It's time to step back and think about it carefully because cramming, catching up on deadlines, and doing it over and over is not a good business practice. If you want to be successful in your business, treat it as a business. Otherwise, you have a hobby, and that might not get you the results you want. Number 2, winning is for those who never give up when things don't work out. Did you launch a new product or a workshop and was disappointed by the fact that it launched with barely a fanfare? And right there and then, you decide that it's a failure and give up on that business. My friend, let me tell you, if running a business was that easy, I would have gotten my business to this point in a quarter of the time it took me to get here. I know it's disappointing to launch and end up not getting the results or sales you want. I've had those times too. Yes, you need to have a positive attitude and mindset, but you also do need to be realistic in your business goals and expectations, especially if you're just starting out. And when things are not as you expected, once again, you're going to need to evaluate and figure out why it didn't work and most importantly, try and fix it. And if it really doesn't work out, it doesn't mean it's the end of the dream. You can always change and evolve. When I was diagnosed with myofascial pain syndrome, it was devastating because that meant I might have to give up lettering, when lettering is my whole business. But despite that setback, instead of thinking that this is the end, I thought, is there anything else I can do? And that's how I created Mastering Hand Lettering program. It allowed me to spread my passion for hand lettering. Yes, there were constraints too. I was able to finish the program, but the neck and shoulder pain got worse and I could not do demonstrations during the coaching calls. So instead of sulking, I found a way to serve my students better. I hired an amazing lettering coach I trust to help with that part of the program. I'm not sure when I'm able to letter again, but I take comfort in that I'm helping students hone their skills. So don't give up when things don't work out. Always try to find a solution. Number 3, winning is for those who consistently show up even if no one seems to care. Don't we love those likes and comments when we post something on social media? Our dopamine level increases when we see people take notice. But what if you aren't getting the likes and comments you're expecting? I can't tell you how many times I've heard people complain about it. My engagement dropped. My likes are nowhere near my usual likes. And comments are getting fewer. Ask yourself, why and who are you showing your work for? If your only goal is to increase your followers, then you're not setting yourself up to win. You're only after the fame and glory of having hundreds of thousands of followers. And for what? Remember this, famous doesn't always mean profitable. You can have hundreds of thousands of followers and still not make good enough money to sustain yourself, much less your family. Stop creating for the vanity metrics. Create because you want to attract the right audience for your business and create to help others who are aspiring to be like you someday. Yes, social media engagement is important, especially if you're trying to raise your profile. But trust me, the people, the clients, the fans, they will come in time as long as you're consistently showing up for yourself and for your business. Always remember your big enough reason why you're doing this. It's a great reminder to yourself, especially if you find yourself obsessing over your numbers. Go ahead and write out yours and put it up on your wall, or use it as your phone background photo so you don't forget it. And while we're on the topic of consistency, let me share this with you. Consistency also doesn't mean just posting on social media on a regular basis. It's consistency in learning and honing your skills, in working through your tasks and routines so you meet your goals and deadlines and milestones. Consistency is the key to your success. Number 4, winning is for those who are continuously learning and not afraid to ask for help. At what point do you think you should stop learning when it comes to your business? Let me tell you this. If you want to be successful, you need to be continuously learning and trying new things. You will face stumbling blocks, roadblocks, detours, and dead ends in your business, and you need to find solutions and workarounds to overcome these challenges. And most importantly, if you don't have the solution or have no idea how to solve your challenges, you ask for help. Do you think that the really big entrepreneurs, those that make 6 and 7 figures income, don't ask for help? They do, and they are not afraid to ask because they know someone else out there can do it better than they can. They don't know everything, so they reach out to someone who has more knowledge and experience for guidance and mentorship. They make an effort to learn, and they're not afraid to roll up their sleeves and put themselves in the trenches of their businesses. They don't mind getting their hands dirty and doing the work. Look, I'm in several business coaching programs and masterminds because I need the advice, guidance, and help of coaches and my peers in these groups. I'm surrounded by 6 and 7 figure business owners, and I'm going to be taking advantage of their experiences to make my business grow and expand. Being in these groups led me to start my own group coaching program, The Elite Creators, because I realized that despite being part of all these programs and masterminds, I couldn't find one that was specifically for artists and creatives. And back then, I wished there was one, but it was also when artists and creatives started coming to me asking for advice and help on scaling their creative businesses. Before I even realized it, I had turned into a creative business coach. My business is evolving and changing as we speak, and that means I am continuously learning and trying new things that I know will help me serve my audience better. Sure, I could have stuck with mastering hand lettering, but I believe I can expand how I serve my audience because their needs too will evolve and change. And I need to change and evolve alongside them. Don't stop learning. Always strive to improve yourself, your products, your services. And remember, asking for help is not a sign of weakness. It means you're strong enough to face your fears and what you don't know, and is ready to tap on others' strength and knowledge to help you achieve your goals. Alright, so there you have it, my friends, the 4 common habits of a winner. The reason why I told you success is not for everyone is because not everyone is willing to do these things. Not everyone will adopt this attitude and mindset. So, how about you? Are you ready to be a winner? Which of these 4 habits do you struggle with, and what are the steps you're going to start taking to make that change? I hope you love this episode and that it inspired you to ditch negative thinking and start adopting a winner's attitude. If you have any topics or discussions you'd like me to dive into, I'd love to hear from you. Just drop me a DM on my Instagram at @MyDeLeon. I always appreciate your suggestions. And before I wrap up this episode, if you're a creative who wants to learn the 5 secrets to get high-paying clients, I've written a complete guide for you. Just head over to mydeleon.com/5secrets to download it. It's a simple but effective way to reach your target audience and get your potential clients to pay attention to your work. Once again, head over to mydeleon.com/5secrets. If you can't remember all of what I just said, you'll find everything in the show notes at mydeleon.com/secrets CCS11. And if you haven't done so yet, subscribe to the podcast and leave it a review on iTunes, because your reviews help me a lot in reaching more creatives so that I can help them build their confidence as they start their own businesses. As always, keep creating and stay confident. Until next time, this is Mai.